Hey everyone, it's Simplicity and welcome back to a new video. Today we have another decorating video. So I started this video off by moving my house and eventually ended up moving it again because I didn't love the placement of it. But today we are decorating the kind of sunken waterfall kind of area of my island. So I went ahead and I did some code shopping, and I have a bridge code that I went ahead and we started to place down in the spots that I wanted to have as like a land bridge. And I really like this code. I feel like it works out quite nicely. I will have the codes that I use for this video in the description if I remember. I'll try. I'm going to try. I'm making myself like a little sticky note to remember. But yeah, so we started off with the little kind of like bridge area. And then I tried to figure out a few different things here just to kind of make the cliffs look a little bit better. But this area is primarily using the country fencing and the barbed wire fencing, and a lot of flowers and bushes. I ended up actually having to go and get more bushes at some point. Luckily, I time traveled and Leaf was here, so that kind of helped me out quite a bit with getting bushes quite quickly. And I have finished up Able Sisters, so you may see that a few times in this video. But yes, that spot is officially finished and complete, and I'm quite happy about it. So I'm probably just going to ramble my way through this video because my video playback lags more, like it goes faster than what it should trying to catch up when it comes to these videos, and it renders perfectly fine because I watched the other one back. But yeah, so it just kind of, it happens. I'm just going to kind of, ramble my way through. So this was an area that I started kind of terraforming off camera because I know for me, terraforming is going to take me a while. It's not something that I tend to do a lot of in my other islands. Like, I honestly think this island is the one that I've terraformed the most. And that's not saying much when all I've done is the bottom left corner of my island. So the other ones I tried to keep kind of not terraforming. I wanted to kind of go with this island and what it came with. If I wanted to add like some waterfalls or whatever, like a pond, I would. But I've never done stuff like this where I've flat out made like cliffs and waterfalls and like homemade like ponds and stuff like that. So over here is where I figured I would start after I got my bridge placed down. I think I wanted to have a pathway kind of leading over to the bridges because there is going to be a second bridge that I haven't placed it down yet, I think. Like land bridge, but I wanted to have an idea of where my pathing was going to sit. So you'll see I messed around with my pathing quite a bit. The pathing actually came together a lot faster for this spot than I thought that it would. I think I'm actually starting to have like a pretty decent idea of what I want to do for pathing, if I'm completely honest. Like, and how pathing is going to work. Like, I go in and like I kick some spots, but otherwise, it's not too bad. I tested out to see if I wanted dirt at the base of the bridge. I didn't love the way that looked, so I do keep a space in between. But I am kind of falling in love with this island already, and I haven't even done that much. So I don't know. I'm loving doing these videos. I'm hoping that you're all enjoying them as well because I am kind of like, not necessarily pushing myself, but I'm putting more effort into my decorating than what I would normally just do for myself. Even though like I'm a perfectionist and I want things to go the way that I want them to, I do tend to like, I don't know, I feel like I have more ideas of what I want for this island and what I want this island to look like. So I feel like that's helping, plus being able to look back and see what I'm doing in footage and being like, oh, yeah, that doesn't look so good, or like, oh, that looks really good. And like just kind of having a moment to go back and look. And I added in a little blanket spot over here at one point because I needed something. So this ends up being like a little kind of like seating area because I didn't really know what else to put over here. So we have a little kind of like picnic blanket and some seating. I went ahead and added some more fencing. Everything's just kind of like very natural, I guess I could say. And I really enjoy the way that this looks. And a lot of this that I end up doing like in this video, it's a lot of flowers and bushes and like trying to just add natural like landscaping into this video. Some things that I didn't do overall in this video. So I want to go ahead and stunt some of the trees to add in this area, like down in the actual like sunken waterfall part. I haven't done that yet. So that will be a later on addition, but I don't think it's all too bad. That should be fairly easy. And I might try and even do like a shorter tree for over by Able Sisters as well. I haven't fully figured out exactly what I want yet. And I actually end up changing up some of the water placements here and making some of them wider just because I preferred the way that it looked. So as you can see, we're just going around, we're doing our thing here. I don't know, I actually really like the way that all of this ended up looking. So you'll see, like, I am honestly very all over the place with my decorating. I'm like, okay, I'm going to go here, I'm going to go here, I'm going to go here. So a lot of this video probably seems kind of jumpy around with, like, what I'm working on because I don't ever actually fully finish up one of my spots that I'm working on. And I do add in some more colorful flowers. I do pick up some fruit and stuff to kind of pick up some trees if I want to as well. But I do add in, I think, pops of red and yellow over here, just because I like the way that they looked. I'm probably going to use more yellow than red. I may end up going back in and changing things. And I picked up another little custom code here as well. So I now have another kind of small flower code that I'm enjoying, that I'm going to use to kind of like still have flowers, but also control the actual flowers in game if I'm growing more than where I want them to be placed. So it's going to work out quite nicely. But yeah, so we're just kind of playing around with some flowers, trying to see what worked, what doesn't. I end up changing up one of my cliffs to not be... I was going to say not be rounded, but no, I kept it rounded. I just had to move one of the flowers to place another flower so that I could place down the fencing and make everything work properly. But I do really like the way that all of this is coming out so far. You'll see that I run around my island and I go to pick up some like cosmos from different places because I didn't feel like going and buying them. So I had some over here already. I figured, why not? So I don't know. I'm enjoying this spot quite a bit. I just wish that I had placed my house in the right spot to begin with. That was a little bit unfortunate. I do run around and have to go and build a shovel at some point, so I think I forgot to cut that footage out, but it's fine. No big deal. You kind of get to see the actual reality of what it's like to build whenever you only have flimsy tools still, but it's no big deal. I feel like everything worked out quite nicely for me, and I really like the way that this island is coming along. I do go back and I add more stuff to the kind of like picnic sitting area. I do that off camera though because I didn't know exactly what I wanted for there, and I'm still honestly not set on what I have placed. So I don't have that part in this video, I don't believe, because I don't know, I'm not really feeling what I did with that spot, that I may end up changing it out completely and doing something completely different. I don't know. It's kind of like an awkward, weird spot, like right in behind Abel's, that I don't entirely know what to do with it. So if anyone has any suggestions, let me know, because I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit stuck. But we're back and like decorating probably looks like a cliff at the point that I'm at in footage at least. So hopefully it's the exact same point for you all, that I don't look absolutely ridiculous about what I'm talking about, but it's fine. So at this current point that I'm at is whenever I land out of bushes, so I'm placing flowers and trying to figure out exactly where I want like my bush placement. And then I ended up changing the spot that I had in front of my house. It doesn't end up staying the really country fences and stuff like that either. I hopped in trying to see if I could move my house again, and found out that once you place down your housing kit, you're kind of screwed and have to wait. So that was a little bit sad, because I know some other buildings you can like cancel it. Could not do that here. So we went ahead and I started kind of like trying to plan out my housing area again. grabbed some like cosmos, you know, just running around my island, seeing what I already had for some natural resources, and I used quite a bit of them because I actually really like the way that they look for areas like this for some reason. And then I extended the bridge. That's right, I forgot about that, because I wanted it to kind of work with having flowers and stuff placed around that. I wanted a bit of a longer bridge. So I extended that a little bit, tried to figure out what I was doing down here. I actually tried closing this off and making the one bit wider for one of the waterfalls, but I didn't like it as much. I liked the little like small area, so that was something I wasn't expecting. I was going to try and maybe like connect the two, but I don't think I would have liked it, if I'm completely honest. I kind of liked having the two kind of separate little areas like this. And then you'll see like I do try and go in and connect them, and that was just a whole mess. But we do end up making the one spot a little bit wider, so it was fine, just so I could go ahead and add in some more flowers and fencing and just testing everything out a little bit more. I think there's currently a helicopter going above me, so I apologize if my mic is picking up on that. I'm hoping it's not, because that would be a little bit of a nuisance to listen to. And I tried to change up one entire kind of like cliff area completely. This was probably one of the worst ideas I had. It did not look any better than what I had originally, and I don't know why I thought that it would. So we added some more little fake flowers. Down here I want to have some little like trees and stuff, just to kind of add a little bit of depth. And I feel like this would be a good spot for, I don't know, just like stunted trees. So we end up testing out a few things. I placed some more fencing, and yeah, so the next time we check in with this area, there will be some little baby stunted trees. But obviously, that didn't entirely work for me right now. And then I actually extended this one out because I felt like it would look better like this. And I actually do prefer it with the kind of half extended out area. But yeah, so I don't think I've ever used the barbed wire fencing, but it goes really well with the country fencing. So that was why I went with it. I know it's not like the best fence option, but we're gonna, it's a game. So I'm not gonna worry too much about the barbed fencing. And I feel like it's good to have one of those like cliff areas right here. So there's that. And then this, I think, was when I time traveled here. So this was whenever I had picked up some more bushes from Leaf, and I was going to try and change up my pathing, and then I hated it. So we went right back to what I already had, and because I was going to try and do like a diagonal kind of like bush area. That I don't know why I thought was a good idea. I really truly don't. So we just kind of, went around, planted some bushes. Obviously, they're not like full bushes, so you're not getting the, idea of what it's actually going to look like, because they have to take time and grow. But I do like the way that it's looking. It's very cute. And Ashley made an appearance in this video, which I didn't realize because she had logged on to Animal Crossing. So, there's that. But we're just kind of going to keep going around, figuring things out here. But I feel like everything kind of did come together quite nicely. I think this is the point that I actually made this cliff a different aspect. I changed it up a little bit. I brought the one side out again to have it kind of like rounded off, I think. I actually don't remember what I did. I know I made it smaller at one point, but I want to say like I brought it back out and rounded it. So, I don't know. I guess I'll have to wait and see. And then I tried to place down fencing. The fencing didn't work the way that I wanted. It ended up being the wrong rotation, so I had to fix that. And then we just, kept doing all this like pathing and flowers and adding in things. I felt like, I could get away with it because that one flower is going to be hidden from the bush anyways. And then we came back over here to my house. As you can see, it's not here anymore. So I could go ahead and properly figure this out. So this is whenever I start pathing to figure out the exact spot that I wanted my house. So I obviously also picked up some miles here. And yeah, so this I think Well, maybe it wasn't. I thought this was whenever I hopped in to try and figure out my house placement, but it doesn't look like it was. Huh, okay. So I was going to grab trees because I wanted to place down a couple of trees over here, that's right, to then be able to figure it out. So I put down a hardwood tree and then I realized I put it in the wrong spot. I wanted it in front of the other country fencing. I wanted it over here, so then we went ahead and placed that here. And then I grabbed is it cedar tree? Is that what these are called? And I put that right here. Because I wanted a few little bits of depth. And then I wanted another white Cosmo in the area because I felt like that would look cute. So I just kind of tucked it in between the trees. I don't think I'm going to keep the second cedar tree that's over to the right. I'm probably going to end up moving it. And then this is me figuring out where I wanted my housing to be. I picked up a couple of these flowers just so they weren't in the way. And then I took my dirt path and we figured this out. So the houses for the residents like us, they are 5 by 4. So you'll see here that I sit here and I mark out a box. And then I go in and we test it out to see what it's going to look like. I didn't like how it was so far over to the right. I ended up moving it 1 square over to the left. So you'll see that I go in and I do that here as well. And I ended up liking this spot better. I felt like that looked good, so I kept it there. I may end up changing it again in the future, I don't know. But that was, I think, about it for this video. So, yeah, I don't know. I can't remember what else I did. I don't keep this wild log bench here, though. I know that. I put down a doily because I thought that'd be cute to have as like a little table spot. And you can kind of see my little Able sisters all finished up here. So I think that's about it. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up right here. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, you can go ahead and hit the like button down below. If you want to see some more videos from me, you can go ahead and subscribe. I post videos typically 6 days a week right now. If you are already subscribed and want notifications when I post, you can go ahead and hit that bell down below. Make sure that your YouTube notifications are turned on if you want to know whenever I upload. And thank you all for 2.6K. I hit that last week, so that was exciting. And I think that's about it. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up right here, and I will see you all in my very next video. Bye, lovelies!